Hi there, welcome to another video by Louisbourg Investments. My name is Marcel LeBlanc and I'm a financial planner here at Louisbourg. And today I'd like to talk to you guys about how to create a retirement plan. So many people ask me and my colleagues in many different ways how to create a retirement plan or how much do they need to retire. People will ask something like, am I saving enough? How much do you need in their RSP in order to achieve their goals? How much income will I have to retire on? What age can I retire? And these are all different versions of the same question. Everybody's questioning, how much is it going to take, or how much do I need to have accumulated in order to be able to pay for my lifestyle with what I have accumulated. So it doesn't matter if you've accumulated a pension, if you've accumulated fixed assets, liquid assets, a business. Essentially, people are wondering if what I have accumulated relative to what incomes I'm going to have from the government or from pensions when and how much will I be able to sustain the lifestyle that I'm hoping for until I die. So here I want to talk to you guys and clarify what I call the 3 pillars of financial planning. So call them 3 steps. I call them 3 pillars. They're 3 major points of creating a retirement plan. So step 1, figure out where you are today. And that's a fairly easy step because all you really have to do, and most of you might be familiar with this term, is figure out your personal net worth. Now, your personal net worth is all of the assets that you own personally. So your RSP, your savings, your house, so all these financial assets that could and might and probably will be used to fund some part of your retirement. If you add all those together and you subtract all of your debt, so if you still have debts such as a mortgage, car loan, student debt, etc., you got to subtract that from all of the assets you own, and the number you're left with is essentially the number that if you decided to sell everything you own and pay off all of your debt, what would you be left to live on and pay your bills, right? What would you carry with you or have with you if you decided to move to Panama and live there the rest of your life? So retirement is kind of the same thing, is how much do I have to convert to cash to pay my lifestyle in retirement? So your personal net worth is your starting point. It's where you are today. It's point A. Retirement is point B, and you are a certain age, but you need to know where you stand, where you are at point A, because it is your starting point. And then we have to figure out how much space is there between point A, where you are today, and point B, where you need to be. So the idea is your net worth is X today, and needs to be Z tomorrow. How do we get there? So that's step 1. Figure out where you are now. Calculate your personal net worth. Step 2 is a lot more complicated, and it takes a lot more effort, especially to get it optimal. So step 2, manage your cash flow. All right, managing your cash flow is tremendously important, and in my opinion, probably the most important thing when it comes to creating a retirement plan. Now, a lot of people would say, well, of course, can understand that, yes, of course, I need to control my cash flow because I need to, earn more than I spend in order to be able to build up my net worth, right? So in order to pay down my debt and save, I need to be able to manage my cash flow. If I spend more than I make, my net worth is going downward into negative territory eventually over time, because not only am I not saving, but I'm accumulating debt because I'm spending more than I make. So cash flow is the key component of either reversing that trend or accelerating that trend of paying debt more aggressively and saving more. All right? So that is the more obvious reason why managing your cash flow is important. The second reason managing your cash flow is important is because it also impacts your goal. if you're spending $120,000 a year in income or in expenses, the amount of assets you need accumulated, or the amount you have to build up in order to support that same lifestyle in retirement, is a lot higher, right? And if you spend all of that, so if let's say you earn 120 and you spend all of the 120, not only is your goal very, very high, but if you spend all of it, the gap between where you are now and where you need to be is going to remain huge forever. So not only are you not, is your net worth not creeping up, but where your net worth needs to be stays high. But if you manage your cash flow, and the more of a percentage that you don't spend, it will actually decrease your target and increase your net worth, presuming that you save or use appropriately that extra income that you're not spending, right? So you're either paying off debt or investing. That will increase your net worth. And as well, the more you do that, the closer you are to your goal, because it's kind of a double positive. So that is the part that most people don't understand when it comes to managing your cash flow, is that it impacts your goal and your ability to create or to actually be able to retire on your own efforts. It doubles your chances the more you focus. So you need to double down on realizing that and actually focusing on how to manage your cash flow. The third step is putting it all together. It's actually determining how far are you from today. So it's kind of, you got to estimate your results. You got to put it into a financial projection tool. You can do it manually with simple financial calculators. You can kind of reverse engineer it. But the easiest way is definitely to work with a financial planner or a qualified individual who will take your inputs. They'll take your net worth today. They'll take your efforts. How much are you saving? How fast are you paying your debt? What rate of return are you expected to earn on all that? What is the rate of inflation? So if you say I need $50,000 to retire, if I were to retire today, I need $50,000. If you're 40, that amount's going to be a lot more than 50 by the time you're 60 or 65. So you need to account for inflation. You need to account for many things, and that's where a good financial planner is going to come and help you estimate your results, show you where your current efforts are going to be, and then even guide you through steps 2 and steps 1 to help you build up more appropriately so that your timeline is more in sync with what you want for yourself. So step 3 is where it becomes a lot more complicated, and where, considering steps 1, steps 2, and then the environment that we find ourselves in kind of all comes together to show you where you're heading and what you might have to do to get there faster, or to get to where you really want to be in the long run. So hopefully this was helpful for you. If you have any questions regarding retirement planning or anything else regarding your finances, please do reach out, and we'd be happy to help you guys become more successful. Thanks.